Hello and welcome to GMSONIC. Hello, Dracula.
Good morning. Good morning. Another green morning.
Is it now? Is it now? You know, it is, isn't it, Drac? We've been winning, haven't we? In December.
Just winning in December. That should be.
Do you think December?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. Feels good. The price is heating up, even though it's 22 degrees here in Atlanta. I can tell it's also cold where you are.
Well, Dracula, let me tell you something. It's 24 degrees here. It was like 17 degrees when I woke up. I've never been so cold in my goddamn life, dude.
Yeah, you just came from the swamp, and now you're in the real shit.
I came out up about the Easy Bake Oven, bro. It was warm down there in Florida. I don't know how these Nashville Jits do it up here in the mountains.
It ain't easy, man. You're gonna have to get you a snow shovel.
Hell no. With these prices where they are, I'm about to get me a snow servant, dude.
Yeah, man. It's been, I was talking about this the other day. I mean, we've just been waiting for so long, right? And a beauty. It's glorious to see. I got big news, guys. There is officially a new meme line right here. Yeah. New meme line.
$1.15.
Somewhere around there. Finally got something to draw there. So, on Tuesday, we were still just kind of like rocketing up, didn't have some new figures to work with yet. So we're still moving up. I think this has been kind of amazing when you think about it. Like these kind of events, the old saying, the buy the rumor, sell the news. I was curious to see what was going to happen with this whole Fantom to Sonic thing. Would it just kind of keep climbing and then everybody freaks out? But we're in like a unique situation because it's like I think everybody's buying so that they can move to S, right? I mean, we've been saying it for months, Fantom is the pre-sale for S. And
the pre-sale premonition is coming true.
I feel like it is. It's like I was saying, I kind of wondered if we got back over $1 in the, $1.15, $1.20 range, maybe everybody starts, selling the news, but I think the thesis is playing out. It looks like people are still buying it up. People are getting ready, the closer we get. I think people are seeing that at these even at this level, it's probably a good, my vision, my goal, I say my goal, like I control the Fantom price.
Well, for all we know, you do, Dracula. You've been kind of spot on here. Do we still have the Drac bot on this chart?
I think we do.
Do we still have that? Let's look at it. Because I think it might have been like the bottom of the last like 4 months or some shit, dude. Like
it's down here. There it is.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's insane. If I had listened to my own co-host, I might be someone today instead of being here with you,
Yeah, you would have that guy shoveling your snow already.
Oh yeah, he'd be sniveling and shoveling my show for sure. Yeah, dude, it's incredible. And can we talk a little bit? I mean, no, wait, we got to stick to this chart a little bit, but I want to connect to something a little bit later. But look, I mean, it's kind of incredible here because it's been a straight shot since we broke like $1. I mean, we have that nice run up from like 60 cents to like $1, but I was kind of like 40% sure, 60% uncertain that once we broke that 100 or that dollar, the 100 pennies, if you will, it would be like a straight shot up to some absurd number. But it looks like it's coming true. It's like
it's about 75 cents. Once we busted through that, it's just been up only. And I mean, this is the daily chart. I mean, you can see on the day that it busted up through 75 cents, that was a big day. I mean, it wicked up to 95 cents. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I think the FTM is the pre-sale thing is it's working out. I'm like I said, I guess what I was gonna say a minute ago was I always kind of had it in my mind like, hey, I would like to see us around $1 at S. And I think we've exceeded that expectation. So
now I want to see us at $10 at S. Okay, so you've got a couple days, fellas.
Yeah. You don't have much time, but let's move this thing up to $10.
Sorry, ever since I've been getting more involved in the Sonic community, I've been hanging out with a lot of really aggressive price targeters.
You've been hanging out with the S will be $37 by August, guys.
Yeah, the Moon Boys, the real Moon Boys. If you think we're bullish, you ain't see nothing, dude. But so I wanted to point out too that this chart's strength is phenomenal considering the Bitcoin price action as well, because it's another news item, right? broke $100,000. Everyone kind of expected alts to kind of like suffer and bleed a little bit. Not looking like it's happening for dear love here, Fantom.
Yeah, I mean, you pull up Bitcoin, the weekly here, still also showing little signs of stopping. I mean,
Beautiful Rainbow Road.
Yeah, we're getting some of this wick stuff here on the last two candles. So maybe we are about to slow a little bit, but all the stuff you want to see, the alpha trend has engaged. So definitely trending. The twist on the Ichi there, still looking good. Kind of like what you were saying though. Everybody was kind of suffering while Bitcoin was having its run. Everything was just kind of bleeding, nothing was moving. So something is definitely happening. I mean, we just tapped 100K finally on Bitcoin, and I wanted to come back to the dominance chart. That's become kind of a popular thing here now, but the dominance chart is still going in the direction that you want to see it going in right now. I mean, for Bitcoin dominance to be kind of dropping, but price still going up, I mean, this is like dream scenario. And now on the dominance chart, Bitcoin is at 55%. This is like the Watchman doomsday clock. Like when this thing gets below 50%, we're going, it's Valhalla time. It's real Valhalla hours. Yeah.
All hell breaks loose. Nothing you own can go down ever again.
Yeah. So this is, to me, this is pretty significant. The dominance, I mean, we're talking, I don't know, a week has gone from almost 60% down to 55%. That's a huge shift. I mean, that's a very large shift. Looking here, Ethereum was kind of dipping. Ethereum's kind of looks like it's sort of wanting the reverse. Ethereum did tap 4K not too long ago. I don't know if it's still above 4K right now. But as I said in the last stream, and I know this is confusing because there's like a million lines, but our little teal guy right here, that's what I want to watch because it is still violently moving up. And for it to be labeled others, that means we're talking about the other L1s. So, I mean, this thing, look how close it is to outpacing Ethereum. I mean, the dominance is like truly shifting here. And, tether dominance moving down, also a good sign. That means people are buying the coins. They're buying the tokens. They're getting out of their stables. They're coming out of the sidelines. Solana.
Tether's going to start printing again soon.
Yeah. So pretty soon you're going to get that $1 billion Tether print tweet. And then it's like,
it's on. Then the crime is on.
Yeah, the crime has started. Solana is still flat. So seeing some really interesting stuff. Seeing Ethereum like slowly reversing, Solana flat, Bitcoin going down, but alt L1s violently moving up. I mean, you can taste it. We're very close. We are close to alt season, I believe.
Yeah, we are. I mean, as further sign that so what this chart is telling me what the Bitcoin price chart is, we're just seeing massive inflows into the market overall. Basically, what's happening here, it's like these other assets are growing so much faster than Bitcoin is, even though Bitcoin is growing fast. Okay, so where was I going to go with this again? Oh, it's just good for us. It's just good overall. It's literally the rising tide raising all boats scenario playing out right now, and we couldn't do this section without me touching on my bag here a little bit. You know what I mean? Which is that Ethereum is finally breaking 4 Gs, which is, sickly, kind of like weak at this point, considering all things considered, but still good news. Now, who knows how important that is actually going to be for Sonic in the future, though, right? Like Ethereum is supposed to be a very important funnel. I mean, I suppose so. The gateway works with Ethereum and Ethereum chains, so we kind of need Ethereum to be at least functional, but I don't know if it's going to necessarily demand that same cash flow of Bitcoin to Ethereum to alts. Or do you think it's possible we'll see that just skip Ethereum in general, this flow to alts?
It's hard. It is like been a very bizarre year watching Ethereum's performance, and I love talking about Ethereum because anytime I do, or there's a clip of me talking about Ethereum, like I always get Ethereum maxis DMing me or leaving comments, or everybody gets really mad. But I mean, I think what you just said could be an interesting point, and it might be what's playing out here, where it's like Ethereum's become almost like this like strange stable asset almost, and it's like, are we just bypassing the Ethereum pump altogether? And people are just saying, I'm just going out of Bitcoin straight into exotics.
Yeah.
Because that like we've said before on the show, that used to be kind of the play was, when Bitcoin starts kind of settling and puttering out a little bit, everyone would move into Ethereum going, okay, like now Ethereum can be more volatile and I can make, big gains on it. And we still just haven't really seen that happen. I guess it was like a week or two ago, Ethereum did have like a pretty big move. Everybody was on the euphoric on the timeline over like a, 10% Ethereum pump, but that's how thirsty everybody is. That's, a big Ethereum holder right now. I get it. I used to have a ton of it, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what we're seeing here. It's gotten very bizarre. I don't know if it's because of just all the factors that play out, like the L2s and everything's so fragmented now. And I don't know, but yeah, I mean, we definitely need Ethereum to perform well or stay stable for everything else to be relevant. It's kind of an interesting, it's almost like, are we just seeing like a complete decoupling, with Ethereum from Bitcoin? Where is it like Bitcoin truly is just like its own thing, its own asset, and all of the other stuff, all the, L2s and the alt L1s and everything kind of have like this other dependence on Ethereum to be like stable, But yeah, I'm curious to see how it plays out. Couldn't have really predicted this. I mean, I always in my mind, it was like, if Bitcoin gets to 100K, we'll have $10,000 Ethereum.
Yeah.
And the performance has been nasty. I mean,
we can
doesn't
only
help
pray.
that, doesn't help that the Ethereum Foundation dumps every local top, but
it's ultrasound money. One can only pray that now, out of in their vindictive nature, Ethereum now goes to 25K so that I can be happy. That's what I want to have happen, because I am kicking myself here for not shifting all of my ETH into Sonic, which would have been the play. It seems like how much fucking appreciation I've missed out on. I'm over here wetting my pants over a 4% move in this stupid Russian asset, the Russian scam asset.
Russian scam asset. I mean, but as we see sometimes though with Fantom, it's like, you'll have these days on Fantom though where Fantom does like a 10-15% pullback, and memes and alts on Fantom, get 20-30% pullbacks, and everybody's like, the world is ending. And it's like, well, yeah, you gotta respect the pump. You have to appreciate that Fantom is an alt L1 token that has these violent shifts upward. Of course, you're gonna have to also sometimes deal with that volatility going down as well.
Yeah,
but lots going on too with like, I wanted to cover this because there's a lot of questions about this. Sonic Labs put out like a really good medium as we get ready for Sonic, like kind of just describing the difference between points and gems, because there had been a lot of, I guess, confusion. I know, like we've said on the show before, that gems are kind of like, you view gems more like how blasted gold or something, like it's something for the protocols to incentivize with, and it just kind of like increases the value of your airdrop. So good article here. They posted it on X. Right now, the S airdrop with current price action is now over $200 million, which is insane. Just weeks ago, we were calculating it at like 170 million. Now we're up over 200 million.
Do these crypto guys even realize like the insanity of these numbers? $200 million is so much goddamn money. Like, it should make your eyes start to bleed, dude. That's like the entire GDP of like African nations, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, now being over $200 million, I think this does enter largest airdrop of all time territory. Hyperliquid airdrop was gigantic, but I want to say that was 30% of close to $1 billion. So yeah, I mean, I don't think we've passed the Hyperliquid yet, but it is getting there. I mean, this is definitely now in like top 2 or 3 airdrop of all time territory. at current price levels.
Oh
So
yes, so this is denominated in Sonic.
yeah, that is like the calculated USD value of the airdrop.
So it could be even higher.
So yeah, so I mean, like I said, $200 million value in USD airdrop. That's certainly, like I said, I don't know if it can claim number one yet, but we are definitely like in top 2 or 3 territory ever now.
Oh, sorry. Alex Mason just reminded me that he called. Like I have a list here when we did do our little betting pool or little bets of the Sonic launch dates. So Alex Mason and Sonic Turtle, you guys both predicted today the 6th would be the day that Sonic would launch. So if in I don't know what's just like 12 what by the end of the day, if by midnight it is not launched, you two will be eliminated. Personally, I'll be sending the UHC hitman after you to take you out. And Dracula, don't be laughing too hard because you said tomorrow. So if it's not here tomorrow, okay, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, those guys said the 6th just to try to front run me because I think we said Price is Right rules.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, I say the 7th. I don't know though. I mean, I think 7th was probably a bad call. I don't even think I looked at the calendar because I'm like, Saturday. I don't think anyone's gonna launch on a Saturday. I probably goofed on that, but
Sonic Saturday.
Sonic, hey, if you guys are listening right now, take that into account. Sonic Saturday, you could make it happen.
Yeah, I'm still a big fan of my Christmas Eve prediction. I like the idea of here. I mean, look, I'm not like privy to any insider information, but I did hear Michael Kong got delivered a Santa Claus outfit. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets up on a stream at some point on the 24th and in his outfit with a big sack and he pulls out of it, something.
Yeah.
Something like
24's not bad. Yeah. I mean, I think it's my
oh my bad.
Yeah.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, so that's all it basically just explains that you get points from the assets you bridge over, and those have multipliers that will, probably like change and be tweaked depending on like what assets they're hoping to bring in. So you get points from what you're bridging or bringing over into Sonic. And then gems, like I said, is where you're looking at. These are things that the protocols get to hand out that will increase your airdrop as well. So it looks like distribution will also be like similar to gold, where I guess they'll have like a leaderboard and all that stuff, and you'll be able to kind of see like what you've earned. And they actually like, it's like a thing that actually gets like, credited to your account basically.
Interesting.
Yeah. So and they have some weights here for like, yeah.
So Daniele has been tweeting up a little storm, and he has something to help with gems, I believe. This thing here, hopefully this jives well with what we're talking about here. The Diamond Alliance, he's forming a cabal here to, I guess, help distribute or coordinate the distribution of gems. I thought this was interesting. This guy's been on a tweet storm, though. He's
very hyped on Sonic, like the frogs are coming back, man. He is like on it. Yeah, basically it's like, even though you're getting credited these gems, I think what he's trying to do is like tokenize the actual like gems, right? Which I'm curious to see how that plays out. I said it was basically like special ed Pendle. It's like degen Pendle, where he's trying to find a way to like tokenize these gems, and I guess you're kind of like speculating on what those gems would bring you in your airdrop and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, so that's the main thing. You should check out this article if you're curious. It's long and lots of formulas, and we're not going to go through all that, but that's the bottom line is, points for your assets moving and gems for the protocols to sprinkle on top of their LP pools or farms or whatever. So it's going to be a very lucrative time on the, in the DeFi world here. People are going to have incentives, and on top of that, you're going to earn towards the S airdrop.
Yeah, which we are all so excited for. Everyone is in my DMs. They're asking how do I get how's a simple little user like me gonna get the Sonic airdrop? Do I get anything? Do I get anything for my years of faithful and diligent service to the Sonic community? And I think the answer is perhaps. I mean, yes. I don't know how much it's going to be. I don't know how it works, but yes. Right,
Yeah.
because we've got individual like airdrops just coming for using just the networks and protocols, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're still not even looking at points and gems and everything else. There's still stuff factored into the airdrop for like your Fantom use. You know, were you a dev? Were you this? Were you that? Did you release some NFTs? So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be maybe at one point we'll be able to like compile all of that info and make it like easily digestible. But yeah, I mean, you are going to get rewarded for your activity on Fantom as well. And you know, speaking of NFTs, as we are getting closer to Sonic, this dropped right before we started. As you know, Umans had, you know, they've been saying for a while that there would be this new Umans collection that would be like the first NFT collection on Sonic. And I think everybody was kind of like, how is that going to happen? Well, it's happened because they can deploy it while we're all waiting to get in. So it's official. It's official. It's done, right?
They front ran.
Yeah, they've been minted. So Umans on a Sonic trip. They're actually, so it looks like it's going to be called, the collection's going to be called S Uman.
Sumans.
And actually, I'm looking at the description here, like the metadata, only 999 NFTs. So this thing's going to go off, man. Only, that's a small supply.
Yeah, it's been a little minute since I minted an NFT. Maybe I should mint one, dude. The Umans are kind of like, they got a history to them, dude. They got a little bit of a reputation, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, they were one of the first like really big collections on Fantom. You know, they always, you know, in the peak euphoria of last run, she had like a generative or two, but then she had like kind of like a one of one series, and those one of ones would basically go for 6 figures. I mean, crazy, you know, crazy money. So yeah, I mean, it was kind of like I think it was kind of like a throwback and kind of like a nod to that for Sonic to, you know, say, hey, you know, you were like kind of like the big flagship NFT for like NFT series for Fantom when NFTs were like really running last bull market. So kind of like a, hey, you know, we're going to do a little throwback, bring Uman back, bring some Umans to Sonic. So excited to see it. Oh, South. Yeah. You recognize the Carhartt. Yeah. I actually got to hit the oil rig after the stream today. So just trying to be ready, you know, like I said, it's 22 degrees here today. So gonna hit the rig.
Yeah. It's 22 degrees. Everyone needs Carhartt out there, dude. Even us soft boys in server rooms. Okay. South. All right. You know how cold it gets in there, but no, also I'm excited to see some movement here on NFTs. Now I haven't actually even checked this price yet, but someone was in a chat I'm in screaming that it's flying, dude. It's going crazy. Is that true?
I don't know. Let's pull it up real fast. I know I saw, you know,
I used to own, dude. I used to own so much Brush, dude. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's see here.
It's been climbing.
I mean, this is the daily on Brush. So I mean, yeah, this thing has been ripping. I just want to take a look here. Let's see. This looks like earlier in the week, basically. So it's gone so high I can't even read it. Yeah, 84% over the last like 5 days. So that's respectable tear. Respectable rip there. And I know brush holders are happy because they've been holding for years, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm one of them, dude. I've been farming. Well, I think I probably sold the bottom, so I'm probably like stupid, but I still got some brush out there. I had so much brush. Dude, brush was one of the first things I bought when I got on the Sonic or on the Fantom, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's true. I remember when I first kind of got into Fantom, and it was like, yeah, like
brush. Remember I had the painting game? A little painting game. You paid like 5 brush to. That should never work for me, but it seemed cool. It just crashed my fucking browser. It was cool though.
Yeah. So
and Bob Ross was a way bigger influence on Paint Swap.
Yeah, the beardies. But yeah, shout out to Brush and the brush holders. You're being rewarded. Hopefully, I think we only see Brush continue to rip. Yeah. Sal says Sonic's gonna launch right when Ansem knocks BitBoy out. That would be amazing. That's actually going on right now. I think, you know, Dubai time. So I think the fight started at like 9 a.m. here Eastern time. But
did it?
You know, it's like any other boxing ticket. All they talk about is the main card, but there's like 6 or 7 fights before they fight. So I imagine we still have like a few hours before that happens, but that would be pretty awesome if someone was just sitting there with their finger on the button,
just
like,
ready to push.
Yeah, just like smashing that button for us going live.
Speaking of, I found this account called Ansem vs. BitBoy. I guess this is a token. I hope I'm not giving them publicity, but like, just a funny image. And they said, this is a tweet for it: Blue Aladdin Ansem, or Old Bag BitBoy, which
sounds like they're a little biased.
That means, dude. Yeah, definitely. Blue Aladdin. What the fuck does that mean? Is something being lost in translation?
That's like obviously somebody's token or something. You know, they're like, but yeah. That's most what we got today.
Before we hop off, I know you got to go, Drac, but do we want to talk a little bit about?
Oh yeah, you got a little alpha this morning. I forgot.
Yeah, this came across my desk like first thing this morning. Okay,
the Corval desk. He had the interns trying to wake him up.
Yeah, my news desk. Yeah, I was in bed till the last minute. But Silver Swap is, got some tokenomics ready ahead of Sonic's launch. They, if you remember, we had them on the stream, and they were playing this shit so close to the chest, dude. They'd be like, "Oh no, we got this brand new system. It's so crazy," and then we can't tell you a thing about it. It sounded a little bit like a kid who didn't do their homework. I'll be honest with you. I got a great thing planned, but no, they delivered. Okay, so they've got some tokenomics here. If we want to talk about them, get your little professional opinion on them. The big thing here is, like, most of the fees are going to be used for buybacks of their token. Well, let's just go down the list here.
Yeah.
So 10 million max supply, 1 million a year yielded to farms, daily yield to farms 2,000, blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. Okay, here's what we want to talk about. 85% of AG's buyback is going to be used. 85% of the AG buyback system for auctions, right? Now, what does this mean? What are the auctions? What does that fucking mean? Well, 85% of DEX fees will be converted to AG, but they'll also change from, I clicked on it, from AG to S and switch all auctions to give away rewards to S. So based on community sentiment, AG price, rewards may change between AG and S per community market sentiment. Okay, but this is what I want to talk about, the auctions. They create their own unique system that allows users to become the DEX itself for 12 hours. The first two auction tools at launch will be Snatch and Flare. Snatch, fellas. Okay. Auctions work on 12-hour time frames, so bidders will bid AG to win the auction. Okay, yeah, that's how auction works. But let's see. Then the Snatch auction feature allows users to build on the rights to 42.5% of the next 12 hours LP specific DEX fees for any of the available pairs on Silver Swap. So that's pretty interesting to me. So you can use the token to essentially buy swap fees, right?
That is actually interesting, because I agree. You were like, when they were on here, like, we can't tell anybody what's going on. It was like, all right, like, what could it really be that, you're so scared of? But I do have to say, this does actually, I don't think I've ever heard of this before. It's pretty interesting. So they're going to auction off like the DEX fees every 12 hours.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's interesting.
And not just that, but so every 12 hours, they also auction off the rights to use 42% of the global DEX fees, so not just a specific swap pair, to do an automated buyback of any whitelisted token on Silver Swap. So like if you have your own token on there, look, if your goggles or whatever you want to bid on this, you could buy and get 42.5% of all the Silver Swap DEX fees to buy back goggles or whatever, right? Pretty cool stuff. Pretty interesting.
It is actually, I've never heard of this. I think it's a cool idea.
And also they have 3% of all DEX fees being given away to one winner. So they have also a lottery. So interesting stuff here. I'm excited to see how people use this, especially compared to, the solidly model, which is another way of trying to get this.
Yeah, it's like it's an interesting way to, it keeps the users engaged. It like gamifies the DEX itself, which is interesting. I think that could really keep people interested in like trading there. And of course, playing the game of, like, I want to earn the DEX fees. Or you have a token, or you just are a bag holder, community member, as they say. And you want to, get a buyback going for it. That's pretty bullish. So yeah.
I'm curious as to what you think, Drac. So it seems like a lot of this incentive system is set up to, support the price, right? By like
Mhm.
with all these buybacks and ways to pull AG off the market. But do you think the system has enough, these tokenomics have enough to incentivize volume itself? Because that seems to be the big advantage of the solidly model, right? Is you're really strongly incentivizing the volume.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's it's a flywheel in the sense of using the DEX. Like, let's say you have a large holding of their token. There is like a flywheel in the sense of it sounds like you would be incentivized to use the DEX as you're promoting the buybacks of their token, right? So yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting play on it, and then it's different from V3 in terms of how it like incentivizes users, but you still have this auction element that I think also, makes people, if they're like ingrained in the system, they're going to stay in that system because they want to keep, providing value for like the, final prices of like these auctions, like in terms of like what they actually do for the buybacks of the individual tokens, or hell, if the DEX is like really going off, it sounds like the snatch auction, being able to personally get those fees is also like pretty interesting, so it's cool. It's a cool take. It's like I said, it's definitely got like a flywheel element, where it seems like it will, if they get their own like kind of like strong following and base, people are going to want to like stay in that system, and that's what it's all about when you're creating these flywheels, right? Is like you're saying, I want people, how do I make it so that when there's 10 dexes on Sonic at launch, what is something I can do that makes people like want to trade here and, do their LP here and stay in the system and buy our DEX token and farm our DEX token. And, so pretty well thought out, a little experimental. So we'll be curious. We'll definitely be watching to see how that plays out. But yeah, congrats to the team on that. Pretty interesting. So
yeah, can't wait to see how it plays out. I'm excited. I'm pulling for him, and it's gonna be a fucking war here on Sonic, dude. We got a lot of dexes launching, so it's good for you guys to all be aware of your various options here, because who knows which one's gonna pull ahead, because they're all gonna be using these novel mechanisms, dude. We gotta get. We got to get 24 back up here, dude, because we got to get 24 up here. We got to get Mascot up here. We got to get Hoops up here, dude.
Yeah, we got
to have them all duke it out, dude. We got to. We're gonna have a
panel. Yeah, we'll have a panel. But I will say that for anybody watching right now, as Sonic's heating up, I mean, I think we are going to have a lot more guests and protocols. There's been a ton of people reaching out. We're trying to get stuff lined up. So you will have a chance to like learn more about a lot of these projects. There's going to be in the coming weeks, I'm sure at least once a week, if not both episodes, we're going to have,
I'm glad you brought this up, Dracula, because let me plug our show next week. Tuesday, we're going to have Caesar from Stablejack on, which Drax told me he uses Stablejack before. He's used it before.
Yeah, they're a very cool protocol. I've used them on Avalanche. It's a you mint. Basically, like you can mint stable coins, or they also have like a thing called a volatility token, where like if you stake, like for instance on Sonic, if you stake your S, you can either take it all out as a stable coin, or you can like choose a mix of stable coin and this like volatility token. That essentially the volatility token gives you like slight leverage on holding S. So it's a really cool system. That's a very minimal way of explaining it, so we'll get into it on Tuesday, but just one of like so many protocols that are like just like doing really interesting stuff, and they're all coming to Sonic, so get ready.
Hell yeah, I'm ready. I'm more ready than I've ever been. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's kind of all we've got then, right? So guys, be here Tuesday. We're going to be talking to Stablejack, and thank you all for listening, joining us today. Any questions, comments, and concerns, feel free to write them in a letter. Put that letter in a bottle and throw it into the sea. And maybe if it's meant to be, it'll make its way to me. Or you can post on Twitter or whatever.
Always. And we'll see if we get Sonic Saturday.
Oh, Sonic Saturday. Dude, we might have to do an emergency live stream if that happens.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, guys. Well, we'll see you Tuesday.
See you, Familio. Till next time.